Let me tell you how a man named David Okoro, a man everyone wished for in a son, a friend, a neighbor, found out the hard way that love doesn't always come wrapped up in fairy tales, and sometimes dignity is the only thing you can walk away with if you're lucky enough to keep it. Now, David, he wasn't loud or flashy, not the kind to announce himself when he entered a room. Folks called him the quiet genius built Okoro Systems from a single rented room in Enugu after NYSC. Turn it into a business with 10 employees, 3 offices, a life most people would kill for. But for all that success, for all the Sundays he spent with his mother, the little acts of kindness, the help he gave to his old school, David never let the world change him. He was still that gentle guy who showed up for family, who picked up his cousin from school when his uncle was working late, who kept it simple real. Except, you know how life is. There's always one thing missing. For David, that was love. And love, man, it found him when he wasn't even looking. Picture this, a rainy Friday in Lagos, tech conference over, David's friend, Faye, drags him to some boutique. That's where he spots her Genevieve Adebayo. She's in this yellow dress, nails baby pink, smile like the first ray of sun after a storm. David couldn't help himself, just drawn in. She helped him pick out a shirt, they talked, and man, he was hooked. That night, he couldn't sleep, just replayed her laugh over and over. Next day, she texts, and David's grinning at his phone like a schoolboy. 2 weeks, and they're on a date. Genevieve picks this little lost spot in Surrelir. Nothing fancy, tells him. Rich men always eat in big places. Let's just be normal today. David loved that. Loved her for being different. She was bold, sharp, proud of who she was. He started opening up, letting her in on his fears, his hopes, his whole heart. And when he finally told her he was falling for her, she just smiled and said she'd been waiting for him to say it. Yeah, that happened. Genevieve didn't have much, working retail, making do, dreaming about a fashion store of her own. David promised to help, gave her the seed money, cheered her on. Then, 6 months later, he introduced her to his family. His mother was happy. His father asked all the right questions, but David stood by her. He told his folks, not just any love, but the kind that bridges families, tribes, real love. And everyone believed it, too. On Instagram, they looked like a movie couple, the type people write God win onto their photos. But sometimes love isn't love, you know what I mean? Little things started cropping up. Genevieve making jokes about his village accent, telling her friends she'd upgrade his wardrobe after marriage, talking about how lucky he was to have her. David brushed it off. Love, he told himself, is about patience. When he overheard her say to a friend, I can't wait for him to open a shop for me in Lekki. Boutique life isn't for me anymore. He let it go. He was blind, planning the wedding, holding on to his dreams. The proposal was something out of a rom-com. On her birthday, on a rooftop in Abuja, soft lights, a violin playing her song, David down on one knee, Genevieve crying, laughing, saying yes. Next thing you know, it's all over social media. My person, she writes, hand flaunting the ring, comments blowing up with dream couple stuff. First, the Yoruba engagement in Lagos. David brought his people, gifts, cash, the whole deal. Genevieve's family was pleased. But even there, she barely spoke to his mom, sneered at village traditions, rolled her eyes when his aunt asked her to greet elders. David swallowed his worries. It's just nerves, it's wedding stress, he told himself. Then, his family hosted the Igbo ceremony. David's mom cooked traditional food. His uncles brought palm wine. Everyone celebrated except Genevieve. She poked at the food, made faces, called it oily, joked about not being a village girl. Folks noticed. David's mom asked if he was sure. He just kept defending Genevieve. She just needed time, he insisted. Then the real storm hit. Genevieve insisted on a big Abuja wedding neutral ground. She called it classier. 5 outfit changes, celebrity MC, cake for both cultures, bills mounting. David kept saying yes, even when she told the planner, no Igbo food at the reception, just umla, ifo riro, and jollof. I don't want complaints. David just nodded. He kept telling himself, she loves me, that's all that matters. But deep down, he knew something was off. Day of the wedding, everyone's in Abuja, the hotel's buzzing, last-minute chaos. David's calm, focused, his best friend Femi teasing him. You sure you're the groom? You're too calm. But upstairs, Mama Okoro notices something. Genevieve looks distracted, forced. When no one's watching, her whole face drops. Mama Okoro tries to reach out. Genevieve shrugs her off, claims she's just tired. That evening, David heads up to the bridal suite with drinks. The door's ajar. He hears Genevieve and her friends laughing. Babe, you finally bagged a tech millionaire, one says. Genevieve laughs. Please, leave me. From boutique girl to Lecky wife miracle. David laughs it off, tells himself it's girl talk. But later, just before the wedding, he hears something he can't ignore. Passing the suite, voices drift out Genevieve's, loud and clear. Let me enjoy this money first. After a year, I'm out. You think I came to this world to suffer? I don't even like Igbo men. If not for the money, I'd never marry him. Once he opens a shop, I'll bounce. Dio is already begging me to come back. Her friends laugh. One says, wait, Dio. The same guy who cheated. Genevieve sighs. He's changed. I still love him. This marriage is just a stepping stone. David's world stops. He stands there, heartbreaking, hands shaking. He stumbles outside, calls Faye, tells him everything. Faye wants to cancel the wedding, says, let's teach her a lesson, but don't judge the whole tribe for one bad egg. David, still clear-headed even in pain, says, she'll twist it. People will think I just changed my mind at the altar. She'll keep her image, I'll be the bad guy. Faye, sharp as ever, hatches a plan. He heads back, gets the girls on camera, jokes about them pretending to be future Genevieve, rich and free. The girls play along, start mocking David's family, the food, his accent, even his culture. While they laugh, Faye's voice recorder captures every word. Later, David gathers his parents outside. He tells them the truth, plays them the audio. His mother, calm and steady, says, let her be shamed where she tried to shame you. David stands taller. He walks into that packed church, stands at the altar as Genevieve makes her entrance, radiant in her white dress. He takes her hand, but it's cold. The pastor begins, but David interrupts, places a speaker on the pulpit, and plays the recording for everyone. The laughter, the insults, Genevieve's plans all out in the open. The church falls silent. Genevieve tries to deny it, but David just tears up the wedding contract, drops it on the ground, and walks out, head high, parents and Faye by his side. No drama, no shouting, just dignity. Guests file out, heads shaking. Genevieve is left standing at the altar, alone, makeup running, friends slipping away. The fallout is instant. Social media blows up videos, hashtags, commentary. Genevieve's friends abandon her. Even her family suffers a business deal her father was counting on with Okoro systems gone. She tries to call David, message after message blocked everywhere. That silence? It's louder than any insult. Meanwhile, David finds peace again. He spends time with family, takes a break from the city, helps out a youth center, meets someone real by Demi, a volunteer teacher, soft-spoken, patient. With her, love feels like peace, not fireworks. He learns not to judge a whole tribe for one person's choices, finds healing in quiet moments, not grand gestures. So, let me ask you, if you were David, standing at that altar, would you walk away and keep your dignity or go through with a lie because everyone's watching? Sometimes peace is louder than love, and maybe, just maybe, that's what real strength looks like. What would you have done? Let's hear your thoughts. Was David right? Was there a better way? And what does justice look like when love and pride collide?